BYD made a potentially groundbreaking announcement, claiming it can charge an electric vehicle almost as quickly as it takes to fill a gas car. The future is all about electric vehicles, and right now, Tesla's zooming ahead, leading the pack. But hold up, there's a big player from China quietly making moves behind the scenes. And it's got Elon Musk sweating a little. This rising star is rolling out super impressive EVs that don't just perform like champs, they're priced so low, it's making other car companies nervous. Some automakers are scratching their heads, rethinking their whole game plan, while others are just eating dust. Is this the start of a massive shakeup in the EV world? Stick around, because what's coming next could totally flip the script on how we get around. Zania. And before we dive deeper, hit that subscribe button so you're the first to catch all the coolest tech updates. Before we check out what BYD is up to now, let's rewind to how it all began. BYD started as a little player, but has grown into a big deal, even challenging the likes of Tesla. Back in 1995, a guy named Wang Chuanfu, a chemist with huge ambitions, was keeping an eye on the world. Mobile phones were just hitting the scene. You know, those clunky Nokia ones, and they all needed batteries. Wang saw his shot. With a small team of 20 and just $300,000 in his pocket, he kicked off BYD in Shenzhen, China. The company zoomed ahead in the battery business, and by 2003, they were ready to branch out into cars. They snapped up Qinhuan Automobile Company, and that smart move paved the way for BYD to dive into electric vehicles, EVs. Their battery skills gave them a real leg up in the game. Here's the cool part. Unlike the usual car companies, BYD does it all themselves. From whipping up batteries to building the cars, they've got it covered. This all-in-one setup saves them money and makes things run smoother. Something happened in 2008 that proved to be a game-changing moment for BYD. In 2008, legendary investor Warren Buffett spent $230 million to acquire a 9.9% stake in BYD through his company, Berkshire Hathaway. This wasn't just a cash boost. It was a big thumbs up from one of the world's smartest money minds, putting BYD on the global map. With this windfall, BYD pivoted to building electric and hybrid cars to compete with the big-name automakers. They didn't miss a beat. Soon after, they launched the BYD F3DM, the world's first mass-produced plug-in hybrid. Talk about pushing the limits. BYD didn't just try to keep up with the competition, it outpaced them, becoming bigger and faster in terms of technology. Today, it is at the forefront of the world of new energy vehicles, with a lineup that has sleek electric sedans, powerful SUVs, and even buses for ordinary people and businesses. While old-school car companies are still tweaking their fuel-guzzling lineups, BYD said, "Let's see," and rushed into electric everything at full speed. This bold move made them the king of EVs, especially in China, the world's largest EV market. Right now, BYD is the biggest name among electric vehicle manufacturers in the world. They are also into battery-powered buses and clever energy storage ideas. Plus, they are emerging fast in places like North America, Europe, and Southeast Asia. What is BYD's secret? Brilliant battery technology and super smooth manufacturing that outpaces traditional car makers and even hotshots like Tesla. Looking to the future, BYD is set to change the way we get around as the world seeks cleaner, greener energy. The future looks to be electric, and BYD is leading the way. BYD's SuperDM dual-mode plug-in hybrid tech is a big deal. It's shaking things up with amazing efficiency and power that's setting the bar high for everyone else. At the heart of it is the Xiaoyun 1.5L engine, a little beast that runs at an incredible 43.04% thermal efficiency. That's a fancy way of saying it squeezes more energy out of every drop of fuel than most hybrid engines out there, leaving them in the dust. What does that mean for you? Better gas mileage and fewer emissions. Perfect for anyone who wants to drive green without breaking a sweat. The SuperDM system blends electric and gas power like a pro, giving you zippy acceleration and a silky smooth ride, all while keeping things efficient. This system hits peak performance up to 80% of the time. It's like the engine's always in its happy place, pumping out power without guzzling fuel. Plus, it's smart enough to flip between electric and hybrid modes depending on the road, so you're always getting the best of both worlds. Unlike older hybrids that lean hard on gas, BYD's setup puts electric power first, cutting down on fuel use and emissions even more. That's why it's leading the charge toward cleaner driving. Take the Song Plus DMI for example. It sips just 6 Ls of fuel per 100 kilometers. For a hybrid SUV, that's pretty awesome. BYD's hybrids are now going toe-to-toe with champs like Toyota, but they've got an edge with their top-notch battery tech, letting you cruise longer on pure electric power. They've slashed fuel use without skimping on power, or that fun driving feel, something regular hybrids can't always say. This tech gives you more oomph and better mileage than what came before. You'll feel it with the instant kick from the hybrid drive, beating out gasoline cars in the acceleration game. It teams up with BYD's slick blade battery and clever energy controls to perfectly balance the engine and electric motor. BYD's plug-in hybrids are a sweet spot between full EVs and old-school cars. Practical, planet-friendly, and a blast to drive. Let's talk about BYD's blade battery. It's a total game-changer that's making electric vehicles, EVs, safer and smarter. Unlike the usual lithium-ion batteries, which are packed tight and can overheat or even catch fire, the blade battery has a cool trick up its sleeve. It's designed with long, skinny cells that spread out heat way better, kind of like giving the battery room to breathe. This clever setup makes it super tough against short circuits, slashing the chances of fires or explosions, something EV makers have been wrestling with forever. In fact, it aced a tough test where they stabbed it with a nail and it didn't even smoke or spark. That's way safer than the regular lithium-ion or nickel-cobalt-manganese NCM batteries out there. But it's not just about safety. The blade battery also brings more efficiency and staying power. It uses lithium iron phosphate, LFP chemistry, which is rock-solid stable and lasts a lot longer. While other batteries might wear out after lots of charging, this one keeps going strong, giving you more bang for your buck over time. It's like the superhero of EV batteries, safe, efficient, and built to last. It's not just safe, it's also super smart. The way it's built lets it pack more power into less space, so BYD's electric vehicles can go farther without needing huge, bulky batteries. This means their cars can match or even beat fancy EV brands when it comes to how far they can drive and how reliable they are. Here's where BYD really shines compared to competitors like Tesla. While Tesla's been all about nickel-based batteries for their high power, those come with headaches like safety risks and pricey, hard-to-get cobalt. BYD took a different road with their lithium iron phosphate LFP tech. It's cheaper, safer, and doesn't rely on rare materials, making it easier to churn out awesome EVs that don't cost a fortune and last way longer. This move has made BYD a powerhouse at home in China and around the world. Their latest trick, the BYD Hanel's 945V system, a fancy setup that makes charging lightning fast and super efficient. Picture this. The Han L can juice up from 16% to 80% in just 10 minutes when conditions are right. Plus, its dual dispenser fast charging system can handle crazy cold temps as low as minus 30 degrees Celsius and still charge in under 24 minutes. That's next level stuff. With fast charging, top-notch safety, and batteries that keep going strong, BYD's Blade battery is putting them at the front of the pack in the EV world. BYD's lineup of vehicles has grown fast, offering something for everyone while keeping their electric vibe front and center. Take the Song Plus, a snazzy compact crossover SUV. It comes in two flavors, a plug-in hybrid, DMI, for those who want a mix of gas and electric, and a fully electric EV version for the all-in green crowd. This flexibility has made it a huge hit, not just in China, but all over the world, proving BYD can whip up affordable, high-tech SUVs that give the old-school car brands a run for their money. With its cool look, smart tech inside, and a range that keeps you rolling, it's no wonder people switching to eco-friendly rides love it. Then there's the BYD Han L, launched in 2025, stepping up as BYD's star player in the fancy electric sedan game. It's ready to take on big names like the Tesla Model S and Mercedes-Benz EQS. The Han L isn't just about performance, it's got style too, pulling from BYD's Dynasty series with a nod to Chinese culture. Think Phoenix wing taillights that glow like magic and interior details that look like they were painted with a brush. It's a head-turner that blends luxury with BYD's electric know-how. Beneath its stunning looks, the Beetle is a powerhouse. It's loaded with the latest Blade battery and a dual-motor setup that pumps out an incredible 1,101 horsepower, enough to rival some of the fastest cars on the planet. Plus, with its super smart 945V electrical system and lightning-fast charging, the Han L shows off BYD's top-tier EV skills. Then there's the Tang L, a fancy SUV that builds on the success of BYD's Union Tang. This beauty boasts a roomy interior decked out with plush materials and packed with the latest driver assist tech, making it a serious player among high-end SUVs. Like the Han L, you can get it as a fully electric ride or a plug-in hybrid, with options to tweak the motors to fit your style. The Tangle's DMP version, for instance, rocks a dual-motor system that delivers awesome power while still sipping energy wisely, a perfect example of BYD's hybrid magic. What's wild is how BYD dishes out all this power and performance without breaking the bank. The Han L, with its 1,111 horsepower punch, doesn't just hang with top EVs. It can even keep up with some hypercars. Meanwhile, the Song Plus and Tang L are stealing the show for both everyday drivers and luxury seekers, offering cutting-edge tech at prices that make old-school car brands look overpriced. BYD's shaking things up big time, leading the charge toward electric driving with a lineup that covers hybrids, full EVs, and even luxury rides. They've got something for everyone, and they're doing it better and cheaper than the competition. When it comes to electric vehicles, EVs, BYD and Tesla are two heavy hitters, but they're playing the game in totally different ways. BYD's secret weapon, affordable prices. They've got a wide mix of electric and hybrid rides that won't empty your wallet. Unlike Tesla, which has mostly zoomed in on the fancy, high-end EV crowd, BYD's smart move is going after both everyday buyers and luxury lovers, reeling in a huge range of fans. In China, BYD's fully electric cars, like the Dolphin and Seal, cost way less than Tesla's Model 3 and Model Y. That lower price tag means more people can hop on board, and BYD's been crushing it, outselling Tesla in global EV sales more than once. It's proof they can go big and win. Then there's the battery game, where these two really split paths. Tesla's been teaming up with outside battery makers like Panasonic, CL, and LG Energy Solution. BYD, though, they're doing it all themselves with their awesome Blade battery tech. By keeping everything in-house, BYD cuts costs and sidesteps supply headaches that slow others down. It's like they've built their own superpower. BYD's got a trick up its sleeve with their lithium iron phosphate LFP batteries. These bad boys are cheaper, safer, and last longer than the nickel-based ones Tesla's been using. Sure, Tesla started dabbling with LFP in some cars, but BYD's already the champ at making and pumping these out like pros. Tesla used to be the king of range, fast charging, and efficiency, but BYD's catching up quick. Tesla's supercharger network and zippy powertrains still make it a long-distance rockstar, but BYD's fighting back with slick upgrades like the 945V electrical setup in top models like the Han L and Tang L, which charges crazy fast. Their newest EVs are getting so close to Tesla's range that one of Tesla's big bragging rights is starting to shrink. Here's another win for BYD. They've got plug-in hybrids, Fahas, in their lineup. Perfect for folks who aren't ready to go full electric yet. Tesla doesn't even play in that sandbox. So BYD's got a wider net to catch all kinds of drivers, no matter where they're at or what they need. BYD's going global with their wallet-friendly prices. And it's putting the heat on Tesla's top dog status. Tesla's ruled North America and Europe for a while, but BYD's sneaking in with affordable EVs that are turning heads and stealing some of the spotlight. In China, BYD's strength is giving Tesla stiff competition. With BYD's foray into Southeast Asia, Latin America, and even Europe, Tesla's previously secure grasp on the market is quickly disintegrating. Furthermore, BYD's diversification into commercial electric vehicles, like buses and trucks, also augments revenue, a pursuit Tesla has yet to venture into. From recent developments, it seems it will never simply be BYD versus Tesla. Instead, A continuous buzzing competition lies ahead. The probable outcome will determine which company emerges as the market leader in the next few years. While Tesla and BYD battle for EV supremacy, one of them is quietly making moves that could shake up the global market in ways no one saw coming. Let's talk about how Build is taking over the world and even making waves in the US. They're going all out, pouring money into factories, research, and sales all over the globe. One of their biggest splashes, a $250 million bet on North America, where they set up a slick electric bus and truck factory in Lancaster, California. This place is pumping out battery-powered buses and trucks for cities, delivery companies, and transit systems across the US and Canada. With over 700 already sold, BYD's a major force helping North America switch to cleaner rides. But they're not stopping at buses and trucks. BYD's creeping into the US passenger car scene too, even with tricky tariffs and trade rules slowing them down. Unlike Tesla and other homegrown EV makers, BYD is playing it cool, starting with their rock-solid commercial vehicles to win folks over now with their awesome battery tech and budget-friendly prices. BYD is gearing up to bring their electric cars to American drivers. If they pull it off, watch out. They could shake up the US EV market big time, pushing rivals to slash prices and step up their game fast. BYD's hitting some roadblocks with American and European trade rules aimed at Chinese EV makers. In Europe, they slapped a 17% tax on BYD's electric cars to slow down the flood of affordable Chinese rides that local companies say have an unfair edge. Over in the US, tough government rules have pretty much locked BYD out of selling directly to American buyers. But BYD is not giving up. They're cooking up clever ways around this. Word on the street is they might start building cars right in places like Europe or Mexico. That way, they could sneak their EVs into the US without getting hit by those hefty import fees. As BYD spreads its wings, their game plan is a winning mix: killer prices, top-notch tech, and setting up shop locally. It's working wonders in China, Latin America, and chunks of Europe, showing they can roll with the punches and fit what customers want. With more people clamoring for electric cars, BYD's knack for ramping up production, cracking new markets, and dodging trade hurdles is letting them take on Western giants right in their own backyards. If they keep bending without breaking under all this global pressure, BYD could zoom to the top of the EV world. China's already the big boss in the electric vehicle EV world, and BYD's leading the charge. Their CEO, Wang Chuanfu, isn't shy about it either. He says China's EV game is 3 to 5 years ahead of everyone else, thanks to their head start in battery tech, homegrown supply chains, and government support that's turbocharging companies like BYD to rule the globe. China's so far ahead that in 2023, they zoomed past Japan to become the world's top car exporter. That's because folks everywhere, Europe, Southeast Asia, South America, can't get enough of Chinese EVs. While old-school car makers are still figuring out how to ditch gas engines, BYD and other Chinese brands have been all about EVs from the jump, giving them a huge edge in battery power, driving range, and keeping prices low. China's government is all in too, pushing hard with subsidies, tax breaks, EV sales quotas, and tons of charging stations to make going electric a no-brainer. Meanwhile, places like the US and Europe are dragging their feet with spotty rules and not enough chargers, slowing things down. Thanks to their massive scale, Chinese companies like BYD can build top-notch EVs for way less than Western brands, making them a steal for buyers worldwide. Sure, trade barriers and tariffs from the US and Europe are trying to slam the brakes, but BYD is too smart for that. They're setting up factories in other countries to dodge the fees. With lightning-fast innovation and slick manufacturing, China's got the lead in this EV race. If BYD keeps the pedal to the metal, they could own the future of cars while traditional automakers are still playing catch-up. Could BYD take over the electric car world? BYD, a big name in electric vehicles, EVs, is zooming up the ranks and making people wonder, will it rule the EV industry? This Chinese company has some clever tricks up its sleeve. It makes its own special blade battery, which keeps costs low and cars safe. Plus, it builds almost everything itself, so it doesn't have to wait on others for parts. That means BYD can sell its EVs for way less than many competitors, all while keeping quality high. With China leading the EV game, BYD is selling tons of cars and spreading fast across the globe. But hold on. The old-school car giants like Volkswagen, General Motors, and Toyota aren't just watching from the sidelines. They're pouring billions into building their own electric cars and teaming up with battery experts to catch up. These brands are super well known, especially in places like the US and Europe, and they've got loyal fans. The problem, they're still dealing with pricey production, battery shortages, and supply headaches. Stuff BYD has already figured out. The big question is, can these classic car makers crank out affordable EVs fast enough to keep up with BYD's low prices and speedy growth? One big reason BYD could lead the electric vehicle EV pack is that it controls almost everything itself, from batteries to chips to building the cars. BYD doesn't rely on shaky outside suppliers. That's a superpower compared to others like Tesla, which depends on multiple battery makers or old-school car companies that buy from big names like KTL or LG. Those guys can get stuck with delays or price swings while BYD keeps things steady and affordable. That freedom lets BYD pump out cars fast and push into places like Asia, Europe, and Latin America with ease. BYD might just rewrite how the car world works, but it's not a done deal yet. There are some roadblocks like tricky politics, trade rules, or even Western buyers who aren't sure about a Chinese brand. Meanwhile, the big-name automakers aren't going down without a fight. They've got loyal customers, strong dealerships, and lots of influence in places like the US and Europe. So, what's the bottom line? BYD's got a real shot at being the EV king if it can dodge those hurdles, keep growing fast, and stay ahead with cool new ideas. It's got the tools to take the top spot, but ruling the whole industry that's still up in the air in this wild, fast-changing race. Thanks for watching, everyone. So, what do you think? Will BYD zoom to the top of the electric car world, or will the big-name automakers fight back and hold their ground? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on this electrifying race. See you in the next video. Stay charged.